Hello there, and welcome to another video with me, Zerger. Today I'll be showing you how to make this here behind me, which is my very own design for an amethyst crystal farm. This farm is an AFK farm, however, it does allow you to intervene if you have fortune in order to double your profits, so please stay tuned. Alright, so before we get further on in this video, if you are a YouTuber or a streamer yourself and you would like to copy this method, just please mention me or pop a like, in the description of your video, mentioning my channel. But yeah, apart from that, now let's get on with this, shall we? So, the way this works is the very foundation of this is obviously you need to go ahead and find yourself one of these new amethyst geodes, like a underground type of crystal cavern, really, that spawns. Wow, that's loud. And you have to get these budding amethyst blocks. You see these guys with a little X, looking X on them. They are the only ones that generate these amethyst crystals, which is what you want to harvest, obviously. So you got to go ahead and find yourself one of those with at least 2 blocks in between them, like this here. You see, three blocks is fine as well. And see these honey blocks. That's merely to demonstrate where the pistons are. See, because how these blocks work is they grow this crystal on all sides, as long as there is an air block or a water block. And so we make use of the 4 sides to do this with these pistons, as you can see there. So we push this off onto 7 blocks. This is like a horizontal pillar I've created to maximize on it. So no more than 8 blocks, because a piston can't push more than 8 blocks. So the 8th block here goes onto our hopper, as you can see. And yeah, so as soon as they pop onto that or an air block, the crystal breaks because it doesn't like it. Hopper isn't like a real block in the opinion of the crystal. So an air block or an hopper, it will it'll pop off like you were to break it with a pickaxe. So it'll give you those if it's a mature crystal, it'll give you 4 of those good little crystals. If it's not mature, it gives you nothing. And that's how this works. These little pockets there. I've done that. You see, let me just try and get a good view for you guys. Yeah, like there you can see. See, it's like a little cage that I've created. That's because these pistons, not these pistons, these crystals, they kind of want to jump given the opportunity in any direction. Sort of like if you were to harvest, what's it called again? Like shears. If you want to harvest a beehive, the honeycomb, it kind of splashes in a random direction. These things want to do the same, so that's why I built this little cage around, and I had to put these hoppers there to, there you see, just to kind of grab them mid-air before they splash off into a random direction. That just feeds on down. I just put these trapdoors because it looks pretty. That feeds down into your chest like so, and voila, there they all are. And let me think, is there anything else I need to explain here? Just 4 blocks, yeah, 4 sides. So it's 7 blocks long like this. I did do some math when I was working this build out. It took me quite a while to to think of this, and I'm quite happy with the results really. I did some math here for you guys, so brace yourself. So these crystals they yield 4 per crystal, as I said. But this works on an 85% chance ratio. I have not said, because I took a couple of days to sit and watch the grow rate of these crystals, and they all mature around um, the 30-minute mark. Most of them matures, like 85% of them I've calculated mature around the 30 or before the 30-minute mark. 100% of them mature after the or before the 50-minute mark. Haven't seen one take longer than 50 minutes to mature. But so this is rigged around that premise of harvesting every 30 minutes to get an 85% yield, basically. 85% of all of the yield. And I just don't, in my opinion, if you look at the math and just the ratios behind that. Waiting an extra 20 minutes, in my opinion, just to get an extra 15% yield, instead of just, if you wait it, put another 10 on top of that, you get another whole 85% yield. Just, screw those crystals. That 50%, just chuck them in the drain. Let's forget about them. Let's work with the 85% that we have in 30 minutes. And yeah, that's how that works. Oh, also that is so the math to that is around every Every 3.5 hours is how this calculates. See, because the mature ones get pushed on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, those 7 blocks. Um, every 3.5 hours, if you were to go harvest this, one of these pillars, because these are 2 of them, that would give you 112 of these crystals with a normal pickaxe. But this is intended for AFK. Like the way this harvest is because we're all lazy. I'm lazy, and so it'll keep on harvesting, slowly. 12 there, 12 there every time. 12, 12, 12. That's every 30 minutes. What I was trying to say is every 3.5 hours, this thing will be full, and if you harvest that one of these, the entire pillar, that'll give you 112 of these crystals. But if you have 2 of these and you have the pickaxe with Fortunes 3, which is the primary reason for me doing this, actually, it's not because it looks nice, it's because I want fortune, and I like multiplying, not multiplying, yeah, multiplying obviously, and maximizing on my yield because I like to build big projects, and I'm going to use a lot of this new glass. So this is going to give us the tinted glass to build mob farms, because mob farms are the shiznit. So that's what I'm going to be doing with them. So every 3.5 hours, if you swing around your farm and you harvest all of these crystals here with a Fortune 3 pickaxe, if you harvest all 4 sides of every pillar, all 4 sides, that is times 7 blocks there. If you don't harvest that one there or that one in there, 7 blocks. So that gives you a Fortune 3, gives you a 2.2 fold yield, which means if you harvest this in 3.5 hours, the entire pillar with your Fortune 3 pickaxe, this will give you 492 crystals on average. Let's just call it around 500, right? So 500 crystals if you harvest this farm once, and the rest of the time, just leave it to AFK, and it'll keep on accumulating the crystals for you, which is what we want. And that's about the gist of it. From here it's all about chance basically, because this is intended for survival. I'm a survival player, a hardcore survival player. So this is obviously based all around you finding a good spawn, because these geodes will spawn randomly, and you need to find a couple of these blocks, that are next to one another like this, with 2 blocks or 3 blocks in between. So your setup might look slightly different, but this premise, it'll still be, it'll be 1 block up or 1 block to the left, but you'll still be able to make 2 of these, and in my opinion 2 of these is enough, but you can obviously build more as you require. Now the tricky bit, I'm saying it like it hasn't been tricky up to this far. However, the actual tricky bit here is rigging your pistons to fire every 30 minutes, because the pistons are behind there. So how I've done this, brace yourself, don't be afraid, is some redstone melancholy. So I'm gonna have a look here for you guys so you can see that. Don't be afraid. By the way, I know redstone is horrible, and you guys are probably freaking out right now because this looks like a mess. Fair enough, it is a mess. Don't think about it. Just copy what I do exactly. Don't think about it. I'll show you how to build this. This is a clock. It fires. The way it's rigged up, it will fire every 30 minutes, but it is adjustable as well. In the event, because this is I'm doing this in the preview version, the snapshot. So these are currently maturing around 30 minutes, as I've said. If Mojang for some reason choose to change that prior to the release, make it longer, or probably just longer, shorter won't be a problem. This clock is currently firing every 30 minutes, but it is adjustable. You can max it out at 80 minutes, so you can set your pistons to fire every 80 minutes exactly. And as I said, don't worry about it. I know it looks horrible and complicated and all that. Just copy it exactly. Don't think about it. I'll show you how to do this after I show you how to get the initial piston setup done. And that'll be it. I'll probably that'll be it. I'll trim this video here, and I will see you guys as soon as I've gotten to the next bit, which is finding one of those geodes, and just trying to explain how you would go ahead setting the one up that you end up finding in your world. Okay, so first things first, you guys need to go and find yourself one of these beautiful little structures. These are these geodes, and what you're looking for is exactly like this. The budding amethyst block that has a one that's not more than, no less than 2 blocks apart, so 2 or 3 blocks in between. Preferably on the same level, make it easier for you, just because, you know, symmetry. I like symmetry. And yeah, so just clear out the room, like, you know, to hell with the rest of them. Just get 2 of these, clear out the place, leave those 2. Don't break them, as I said. If you're in survival, you will hate yourself if you break them. They don't come back. And yeah, that's all you need. Do all that, and I'll show you guys how to build this on the surface, because I've decided I'm not going to clear out this whole area and show you how to do this underground. You could go ahead and do that part yourself. Alright guys, so here we are. As you can see, I've gone ahead and just put down 2 here, which is hopefully the arrangement or the position that you've excavated yours in. 2 or 3 blocks apart would be perfect, hopefully on the same level. As you can see, I've upped the tick speed here, which is the reason the other ones were growing so fast as well. This will obviously take much longer in your world, half an hour as I've said. But without further ado, let's get to this. And I'm only going to do the one. I'm going to show you how to do the piston setup around the one, and then I'll move on to the clock afterwards. Because once you know how to do one, you know, just link it with redstone, just duplicate it onto the second one. You know, you guys should be fairly intelligent people, and you know how to do that. So just gonna do the one, show you guys how to do that, and you guys just duplicate that as you want. So first things first, let's make our little pillar, which will be 7 blocks long. Any type of block you want. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. I normally use, as you guys saw in the other video, I used blackstone or obsidian, just because I, you know, think it looks cool. The purple contrast looks cool. Anyhow, so we got our 7 blocks, means the piston can push this all the way and breaks at the end here. This will be the very limit, because the piston can't, as I said, push more than 8 blocks. So here is where our pistons will go. So right here, so we want the pistons to be there, so we need a block here, and there, and here. Boink, boink, boinkity, boink. Okay. Well, that is the core, if you will, of it all. And in here, a piece of redstone there. That crystal there will always grow, but we can't use it. So, you know, put a block there or just ignore it. Redstone here, and a block here. And this is where we put our repeater. Just pointing to that. And that's about all we need. So the redstone signal will just go in there. It'll fire all 4 pistons like this. The redstone button and boink. There you go. And that's the premise of it all. It's just getting this on a timer that it keeps on pushing so that we can AFK and be lazy people, basically. Right, so here is where the hoppers start coming in. Hopper here. Destroy that because hopper, you know, you shift right click it. So it points into this one. This one needs to be going down. I want to say down, down, down. And this is where we are going to start building our little cages, if you will. I'm trying to think which one I don't need. I say, you sir, go away. So by little cage, it just means a little square for that fella to end up in, where it's not, you know, bouncing all over, like so, and the same with the rest of them. So here will be another one. Here needs to be a hopper, because the other one will be breaking here. There needs to be a hopper pointing to this one here. So here, so this one will be pushed to here. It'll break. It'll fall in there. And this one needs to point into there. Where this is where this one will be breaking here. Like I saw. Let's see if that's all correct. All seems fine to me. I mean, I don't need to put these blocks here. It's just, you know, for vanity. They just look nice. And so here and here. And now you can just, you know, do some decor to make it look nice. And that is basically how it all works. Just need to make sure that this fella here is not doing that, unless you want to put a chest in the ground here, which you can do. Keep it nice and level. Chest. And there we go. And like so. anything that, there we go. And that is the setup of it all. It all goes in there, breaks in there, it gets flushed all the way down, and our beautiful little crystals go towards the end there. I'm just going to spam click this button. I say spam click. Just to show you guys that it does work. In fact, try and get them all to go towards the end there. And one more for good measure. Ta-da! There you go. And that is it, folks. That is the core setup of it all. It's just a matter of harvesting it on your own due time if you have got that fortune. And if you can create yourself a timer, if you have your own timer set up that is 30 minutes long, feel free to do that as well. This is just the setup that I found that is most reliable because I can set it to the exact 30-minute mark, the clock that's following after this. And this is basically it all. It's just a matter of getting that signal to here from the clock or whichever type of method you choose to send that signal every 30 minutes. But yeah, that is it. And let me get to the other bit, the fun part, if you will, which is the very scary looking redstone clock. But yeah, I'll probably just leave it from here somewhere. I'll just put it right there. So it's as simple as possible for you guys. And well, yeah, simplest. Okay, guys, so let's get to building this here clock then. Just follow what I'm doing and everything should be fine. So first things first, let's get about 6 blocks. Exactly 6 blocks. Actually, not about 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. And so in between here, this is where our clock will be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and then 5 blocks on the inside on the side. So there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and these are the edges. The entire clock will fit right in here. This is just to give you an idea of, just to build inside there. And now we can I'm just gonna grab a type of block, like a gold block or something like I've done in the other video, just to make it stand out. Really, is why I'm taking them, just so that you guys can see. So what are you looking at, chicken? Anyway, so just look like that. Boop, boop. This is how we do it. And there. Those are the solid blocks involved in this here setup. And now we just get some redstone. Dab, 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 and dab. And so around here is where the actual signal will be coming from. You guys will see that later as it gets completed. And we can put one more block here for this to lead into. That's sort of our output, if you will. This is where, so every time the clock ticks, that signal gets sent through here, and you connect whatever you want to this here. And easy as that. Right, let's get to, we need hopper. So put this hopper there, and we need to destroy it because see, it's facing to the ground. So shift right click, hopper, shift right click, hopper into hopper. Just like that. And again here. Shift right click, hopper, feeding into hopper, just like that. Now what we need is, with those completed, we just need these repeaters. Yeah, the repeaters. So we just need to put these repeaters right around here. Repeater pointing into this block, and here a repeater pointing into that block there. And that's it. See, we're basically there already. Now you just need some pistons, sticky pistons, just so that you don't confuse yourself. Just take the right pistons. So we need some sticky pistons, and we also need comparators. That's how these ones function. So the comparators, they also look in that direction. So make sure they're looking in that direction. Comparator away from this into that, and same here, and same here. The way this clock just works is it's just a double of the same mechanism. This is the first half of it. This one runs, and then we just duplicate this one, which activates that one, and you just prolong the signal using that. This is what's happening here in short. Don't want to confuse you guys, so I'm not going to say too much. So now we get our pistons. Just shift right click there. There we go. Lovely piston. Another one here. And once again, same here. And same here. There we go. Starting to look like a clock already, isn't it? Now we get a redstone block. Is what you. There's a lot of red here. You see, there's a redstone block. Redstone block. And we pop that guy in there. That'll be kept. That'll kind of jump back and forth as this clock works. And the other one here. As you can see, there's a signal already, but that's just because it's redstone block. And now what we need to do here is just activate this by filling up one of these all the way with like some type of block, just like cobblestone or whatever. Let's get some 5 stacks here, and now there we go. You see it's parked already. Because every time one of them is empty, this will get shifted over. That's how it works. So this one, how this works is whenever that one's empty, it'll send a signal through to this one, and this one, the second one, that one activates once every 4.14 minutes. So 4 minutes and 14 seconds. So then what we do is we get exactly 7 of anything in there. And so that means obviously 7 times 4 minutes 14 seconds, which means you guys can add more to that. So this will activate, it'll run out and send that signal, which will be a pulse once every 29 minutes exactly. And so if you guys want to add more to it, like I said, just keep adding a block into here. It's really simple. Don't think about the rest of it. I know it looks scary. Don't go there. Don't think about it. So this is all you do. Just for every 4 minutes and 14 seconds, you want extra on this clock. Just add an extra block in here, and that's your clock. Easy as that, guys. Now, that is almost all of it. Sorry, important bit I need to say here is it needs to feed into a block here, but you don't want this constant signal. So what you do is you put a redstone torch here. See that quick pulse what I did there? That's because this is a constant signal, and that's also a constant signal, so they cancel one another out. So now what will happen is every time this block gets shifted, when it shifts between this redstone line and that redstone line, it'll, instead of sending a constant pulse like it does, which is what you don't want, it'll instead send a pulse. For a brief second, it'll deactivate and reactivate as it gets moved over there. So send a pulse, which that one then goes, "Hey, I'm alive," and no, I'm not quite alive, and then he sends that pulse in his brief lifespan, and that is it. That is the clock, guys. So with that, every 29 minutes, and with this setup here, you guys will have yourself an automated amethyst crystal farm, the very first of its kind, developed by yours truly. And yeah, good luck, you guys. Good luck with your farms. Good luck doing everything you want to do and achieving everything you want in 1.17. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please go ahead and smack that like video or subscribe or, give me a comment or something. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really do. And yeah, have yourself a nice day, guys. Let me just do this. There we go for the money shot. There we go. Ta-ta. And have yourself a lovely day. Cheers. Zerker out.